Okay, let's spend some time talking about design operations, or what's simply called design ops. Again, I'd encourage you to do some reading on design ops and DevOps. It's really interesting knowing about these topics. And it's going to really help you level up your UX game and your perspective when you know about design ops and DevOps. So, what is it? Essentially, it's a center of excellence that creates a coordinated infrastructure for empowering design teams, supporting partners on cross-functional teams, and really delivering value to the business. So design ops is very much focused on craft, tools, speed, scale, and impact. Okay. One of the main reasons why this has come about and why more and more companies are growing and expanding their design ops and DevOps teams is they want to get value-based products and features to market faster. Different companies have different components and approaches towards this, but if you look at, larger companies with more pronounced and mature design ops, you'll see these types of components. Any mature design team, whether an in-house product team or an agency team, they need to have all their tools, systems, and processes coordinated to ensure all delivered design work can benefit the whole team as well as the organization. So this sphere of design operations is very much focused on ensuring everyone on the team is using the same set of tools and working from the same source of truth, so to speak. It's very difficult to scale a team and create value if everyone on the team is using different tools and templates. The goal is to create enterprise level assets that can save time from having to reproduce artifacts and components when a researcher or designer's time is better spent on more important work. So having design systems and team-wide tools that support all activities across research, strategy, and design, as well as playbooks and toolkits, this creates an infrastructure for teams to maximize their time and value. It also creates a better handshake with the development team as you're building off a library of standard components and patterns at that point. Within this sphere, you'll also find ways of working, standard process, and even agile management practices that keep a team well coordinated and focused on prioritized work that's driven by, product leaders and the business. For learning and growth, this sphere is focused on growing the skills, talents, and interests of the team through things, like training, conferences, workshops. It's also the onboarding, knowledge sharing, and, different enablement programs and activities for the team. Strategic partnerships focus on both internal and external relationships. Internal alignment with HR and recruiting is extremely important for finding and hiring new talent, as well as retaining and growing talent through a defined career track. There will also be external partnerships with relevant agencies and vendors. If you're on an in-house product team, that outsources and augments certain aspects of work. Community and culture will also focus on both internal and external initiatives with events like, say, lunch and learn events to promote awareness internally and showcase the team's work. You'd also see external outreach and events for the local community that could be focused on thought leadership or similar types of meetup group discussions. Product and program management is going to be tackling how the UX and product design team does annual and quarterly planning with product and business leadership teams, as well as tracking and measuring impact and business value, tracking directly with annual business vision, goals, and strategies. So that's very important. Governance is also important, as this one addresses things like brand guidelines, budgets, resource policies, as well as other best practices that are overlaid on top of tools, systems, and processes. As for communications, this will establish specific cadences for things like team updates, status updates, leadership hosted meetings and communications, as well as things like quarterly business reviews. So now that we've got an overview of this, let's take a quick look at the DesignOps maturity model. And this is just a model, right? This is not, absolute truth here. It's just a maturity model. So companies are going to vary. All right. They're going to have varying levels of maturity with regards to DesignOps. And it's really another opportunity for you to have a few standard questions on this topic during your interviews with senior level resources and hiring managers. So if a company is just at a point where they're trying to implement and grow an internal UX and product design team, then there may, only be one or two people that are already burdened with quite a lot and are having to also work to coordinate some basic standards, practices, and processes. If a team does have a lead or a manager, then they may also be trying to spearhead this initiative while juggling solution delivery and team management. In an emergent stage, DesignOps is more formalized and is more of a shared responsibility across the team, and is hopefully at that point becoming more systematic, with a noticed impact from leaders on the positive contributions it's having on the overall business. When DesignOps specific roles become distributed and dedicated to an individual, like a director of design operations, and may have further individuals dedicated to some sort of programmatic support model, then you're looking at a company that is quite structured or pervasive in how they handle design ops, with C-suite leaders having, it wouldn't be uncommon for them to have direct line of sight into the workings and measures and value of design ops. And that's really a very prevalent stage of maturity at that point. So hope you enjoyed this quick tour through design operations. It will give you some much needed perspective and context as you interview for different roles with different companies. Let's go ahead and dive into the expectations of a junior UX professional, and I will see you in that video.